Welcome to a new arc, the Recurrence, where the past is just a preview, only on your dose of Wowness.
Stitched into a strip of embroidered linen nearly 1,000 years old, alongside knights and ships and the Battle of Hastings, there is a comet. Stitched there because people in 1066 looked up, saw a bright, unfamiliar light streaking across the sky, and were unsettled enough by it to sew it directly into the historical record of the year a kingdom fell and a conquest began. That comet has a name now, Halley's Comet. It wasn't a one-time visitor. Roughly every 76 years, the same icy body swings back through the inner solar system, visible from Earth, exactly as it has been doing for thousands of years before anyone thought to stitch it into a tapestry, and exactly as it will keep doing for thousands of years after we're gone. This is day 136 of Your Dose of Wowness, and today's episode is a breather in the middle of the recurrence. Here, for once, the thing that keeps coming back isn't a warning sign buried in fossils or financial records. It's something you could, if the timing lined up right, actually go outside and watch return with your own eyes. To understand why a passing chunk of ice caused so much anxiety across history, we have to look at how pre-modern cultures viewed the heavens. For most of human history, the night sky was seen as a perfect, orderly system. The stars moved in fixed, reliable patterns. When a bright, fiery streak appeared without warning, it looked like an anomaly that defied the rules of nature. Observers across the globe documented these lights as they tried to map an unpredictable universe and find a pattern that made sense of their lives. Attributing earthly events, wars, shifting dynasties, or the death of rulers to these sudden lights was a widely documented cultural practice, reflecting a need to find order in the sky. Because civilizations worked so hard to decode these supposed omens, they took meticulous notes. By trying to assign meaning to a random anomaly, our ancestors accidentally created an unbroken, highly detailed observational record. They documented a recurring visitor for thousands of years before they even knew it was coming back. This ancient star map from Chinese court astronomers provides the earliest continuous records of this specific comet. Their systematic record-keeping documents its appearances going back to at least 240 B.C.E., establishing a cross-generational paper trail of a single object spanning dozens of human lifetimes. Astronomers classify this object as a short-period comet. It originates in the Kuiper belt, a ring of icy bodies far beyond the orbit of Neptune, before gravity sends it plunging inward on a highly stretched-out elliptical orbit toward our Sun. As the comet slingshots through the inner solar system, it absorbs intense solar heat. The surface boils off gas and dust, igniting the dramatic, glowing tail that makes it visible from Earth, right before the object swings back out into the deep freeze of space. This predictable physical loop kept it showing up right in the middle of human history. When it appeared in 1456, it arrived during a period of intense political anxiety following the fall of Constantinople, heightening the tension and sparking widespread fear across Europe. Generation after generation, human beings watched the sky, fought wars, and built empires, all while projecting their earthly dramas onto the warm glow of this exact same chunk of ice and dust. For centuries, astronomers and independent civilizations carefully plotted the path of a terrifying new light, unaware they were all looking at the exact same physical object, ticking like a clock overhead. The connection was finally made in the early 18th century by an English astronomer named Edmond Halley. He took Isaac Newton's newly formulated laws of gravitation and applied them backward to historical records of comet sightings. Halley noticed a pattern. Looking at orbital records from 1531, 1607, and 1682, he realized the math aligned. These weren't separate, chaotic visitors. They were a single body operating on a roughly 76-year schedule. Halley staked the new Newtonian physics on a specific, falsifiable test decades in the future. He calculated the orbit and predicted the comet would return again in 1758. He never lived to see the result. Edmund Halley died in 1742, 16 years before his math could be tested against the sky. Late in 1758, a German amateur astronomer spotted a faint point of light, exactly where Halley's calculations said it would be. It arrived right on schedule. That confirmation demonstrated comets were natural, physical objects obeying the exact same laws as the planets. This numeric calculation reclassified supernatural terrors as ordinary members of the solar system, moving them into the realm of the predictable and the known. If a comet with a 2,000-year paper trail sounds like a good use of your Saturday, hit subscribe. We post a new episode daily, and this arc has 4 more recurring patterns left after today's breather. For the entire span of human history, even after we understood its orbit, Halley's Comet was seen only as a distant streak of light. Nobody knew what the physical body at the center of that light actually looked like, until 1986. As the comet swung back through the inner solar system, an international collaboration nicknamed the Halley Armada swung into action. 5 separate spacecraft from European, Soviet, and Japanese space programs launched directly toward the comet. The objective was ambitious. They needed to fly probes directly into the comet's hazardous, debris-filled path to capture the first-ever close-up images of its nucleus. This image from the Soviet Vega 2 probe and data from the Giotto mission revealed the physical reality. The core of Halley's Comet is a dark, irregularly shaped chunk of ice and rock, violently venting jets of gas and dust from its sunlit side. The glowing omens stitched into tapestries, the fiery light that commanded the attention of ancient astronomers, was finally revealed to be a dusty, potato-shaped rock venting gas into the void. Halley's Comet is expected to swing past Earth again in the year 2061. This beautiful, harmless metronome is the exact same physical object that flew over 1066. It will fly over future generations, tracing a quiet, dependable orbit that ties thousands of years of human history together. Tomorrow, day 137, the arc heads back into heavier territory. The Sleepwalkers looks at how nations have stumbled into war through the same kind of alliance-driven miscalculation more than once, starting with the summer that became known as the July Crisis.
Thank you for sharing this moment of pure wonder. You are the true magic that fuels this journey. Until next time, remember to shine bright.